afternoon, we are going to be interviewing my grandma, Miss Shelby Hundley, about her life on the farm. Now, Grandma, can you tell me a little bit about being raised on the farm? Did your family own the farm, or did you farm somebody else's land?
It was my grandfather's farm, and then since the war was going on, all the men had to go to war, so all the ladies and the children moved in with Grandpa.
So the labor was done by everybody in the family?
Yes, not everybody did the same thing, but everybody did parts of the labor.
And what was your specific job?
My job was we raised tobacco to sell in the summertime. We raised eggs to sell to the hatchery to hatch eggs, and we sold eggs to the grocery store. And I had a little thing you had to use to weigh them so they'd be okay to send to the hatchery. And I had to weigh between this arrow and this arrow to fit in, for them to hatch for biddies.
And what did you do if the eggs were too small?
I would weigh them, wash them, and when they weighed right, I'd put them in this 30 crate box. It'd hold 30 dozen. And then when it weighed below the first arrow or above it, I'd put them over as culls, and those we would eat at home or sell to the grocery stores.
Okay. Did you have any other animals on the farm?
Oh, yes. I had horses and cows, hogs.
What did you do with the horses and the cows and the hogs?
Well, the horses, we had to feed the horses, and they plowed it with the horses, and the cows, we had to feed them and milk them, and sold the milk to the dairy in these big containers. And then Grandma churned milk and made butter to sell to the grocery stores. And so we sold buttermilk to the grocery stores. These big things of milk, the dairy would come by and pick them up every morning.
And didn't you tell me a story one time about how the dairy had electricity before the house?
Oh, yes. we wondered why that Grandpa had electricity in the barn where the horses and the cows were, and we didn't have electricity in the house.
I guess he thought it was more important to make a good living than to I said, I guess he thought it was more important to make a good living than it was to have electricity at home.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so what did you eat and how did y'all prepare the food at the house?
Well, at home, we go get it in the fields after it grew and then cook it. And then if we raised enough, we canned it in cans to last through the winter. And then beef cattle, usually once a year, we'd kill one beef cattle and take it to the schoolhouse and use the cannery and can it in these big cans, and that they would use that with the ham meat and stuff through the winter.
All right, sounds pretty good. All right, so how did y'all celebrate holidays with your family?
Oh, we had a ball on holidays because we didn't have to work on holidays, and so we didn't have to go to school. And so with all the cousins and the neighbors and everybody, we just had a ball on, especially on Christmas.
Did you do anything specific on Christmas? I think you've told me some stories about making your own decorations.
Oh, yes. We made our own decorations, and we'd cut our own Christmas tree on the farm, and at night we'd pop popcorn and fix stuff like ice cream, and then we'd get ready to fix our decoration, and we'd have a ball eating ice cream and stuff like that while we're making the decoration to go on the tree.
Well, that sounds pretty fun. How did your family handle sickness on the farm? Like if one of the children got sick?
Well, if they got sick, we knew they was really sick, we'd put them in another room with one adult going in with them till we found out what was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as that goes, my sister-in-law was 8 years old and was at school one day, and they sent a note home with her from school that they thought she should see the doctor, that she had been acting sick all day. And so when she got home, her daddy took her to the emergency room, and they admitted her to the hospital and said she had appendicitis.
Oh, no.
And so she was crying and wanted a drink of water. And the nurses and doctors said she couldn't have any water.
Oh, no.
And so my father-in-law, which was her daddy,
Mm-hmm.
got upset because they wouldn't let him give her a drink of water, and she died crying for a drink of water.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
He would never let any of his children go back there to that hospital again.
I don't think I really blame him for that. All right, so my final question for you today is whether you think that the farming lifestyle or today's modern lifestyle is better, and why.
Well, there's different reasons why. The farm life, you was more of a family and close-knit and everything than you are now. And now, everything is more fast-paced, and you got to get to work, you got to get it done, you got to get home. And so
Is that it? Is that the only reason you think the farming lifestyle was better?
well, farming lifestyle was better because you had more peace of mind and relaxed, have parties.
Well, I thank you very, very much for letting me interview you today. And I guess that's it.
Thank you.